Let's go, Bills Mafia. You know what time it is, man. We gotta talk about, season right around the corner here. Training camp about to be starting very, very soon. But who are those players, man, or that player on offense and that player on defense that we're saying to ourselves has to be the best player on the field every week in order for us to reach our goal, which is getting that confetti rain down upon us, not us observing it. Like, which has been the case these past couple of times. So you already know the drill. Hit that like button one time for the culture, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. Now I'm gonna get right to it with the easy one to lay up. Of course, on offense, it starts with the fearless leader, Josh Allen. Now, why does it start with Josh? I mean, let's be real. It's a quarterback-driven league, and we happen to have one of those unicorns, one of those guys, right? When they talk elite, you can't talk elite without Josh Allen. That's period. We know the production is always there. We know that he shows up in big moments, and he's produced in the playoffs, multiple wins. Don't ever confuse him with some of these other guys that are out there, right? But we also know that right now he's going to have a new cast of characters that he's working with on offense, man, at the wide receiver room specifically. No Stephon Diggs anymore, who's been here the past couple of years, who Josh has had the most success with these past couple of seasons. No longer here, right? Gabe Davis, gone. No longer here either, okay? So essentially that's option one and option two that were the primary target, for Josh. But now he's going to have a little bit different group, man. Obviously working more with the tight ends, Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox, who we saw him thrive with both of those guys last year. James Cook really bursted onto the scene as a runner and also as a receiver, even though he left some of them out there now. He left some of them layups out there. Woo! Catch them all, baby. Just catch them all. But as a whole, we're going to see, Keon Coleman, young, kind of raw athlete at wide receiver, Khalil Shakir, excellent route runner, excellent run after catch, but more of a true slot than a outside guy. So this is, one of those ones where we're going to see if Josh can continue to elevate these guys. Can he not just be great himself, but can he make these receivers and these tight ends become even better players? I fully think he can. I fully think that he can, but I do feel like it's going to be critical for him to be consistent and not just an elite talent, but he needs to be smart and have an elite mind when he's out there. I need to look more like the second half of the season last year versus that first half where we were having the reckless turnovers, where he could throw us out of games at times. And we were just kind of like, Josh, stop, don't do that. We don't want that, right? I do think for this season, because of the personnel that he's going to be working with, he is going to need to be a little bit more buttoned up earlier in the year and keep that, as a consistent part of his game, man, because like I said, we're gonna have some new guys that are gonna be stepping into some new roles, and with that, man, you just don't want to add a lot of variables for them to deal with, man. But that's why for me, man, Josh is the guy on offense. Now, as we flip it to the defense, we gotta talk some defense. We gotta do that. That's mandatory. I'm looking right at Ed Oliver. What's up? 9.5 sacks last year, fresh off the big contract, had to, show that he was worth the money. Well, I think that he showed that. I definitely think that he did, man. Not just as a pass rusher, but also as a disruptor in the run game, man. We saw him penetrating multiple times, and we saw him being productive, not just in the regular season, but also in the postseason as well. I think that he is one of those guys that has the ability to be a consistent mismatch and nightmare on the interior part of the D-line, and we know that he can win. He plays with great effort. I love the energy and the passion that you see him with, celebrating, slapping up with his teammates, does all the things that you want to see on the field. But I do think that he can be more consistent. I think that he could take another step. Why can't he be a consistent double-digit sack guy from the interior part of the D-line that commands double teams every single time? We saw Kyle Williams come through and do very similar things. I think it's time for Ed to take that next step, man. And if he does, and he can do it every single week, I think that he makes life so much easier for this defense, man. Whether you're talking about the pass rushers, right? Greg Rousseau, Von Miller as he's working his way back, or if you're talking about the interior linebackers, Terrell Bernard, Matt Milano as he's working his way back. I mean, shoot, you know what a cornerback and safety's best friend is in pass coverage, right? It's pass rush. Yeah, man. If you got a pass rush that is fast, make that guy get rid of the ball in a hurry, man, you're in a great position. It's a lot easier to cover these dudes, man. So Ed Oliver, to me, is the guy that has to show up and be the best player on the field every single week. But the beauty is this, he's capable of it, man. More than certainly that he's capable of it, man. But you guys let me know in the comment section, offensively and defensively, who are the players that you think specifically have to be the best players on the field week in and week out for us to reach what we want to reach, man. But either way, you know I appreciate you for tuning in. And as always, just remember this one thing. Don't nobody circle the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.